right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of System Shock Radio. I, as always, am your host, Nigel, and today we're going to get started right. We're going to get right into it. So, we got a few topics today, including what we're going to do next week for episode 25. But, of course, to recap, we're going to get started with last week's riddle, which was what man has married many women but has never been married? And let's read it one more time. What man has married many women but has never been married? And the answer to that is a priest. So, of course, during your wedding, you have a priest or an ordained minister, one of the two, and of course, you get married, say your vows, rings, all that fun stuff. Haven't really been to a whole lot of weddings, but yeah. So if you got that one, congratulations to you. And getting started into today's topics, and we're gonna get started with good karma versus bad karma. So, what is good karma and what is bad karma? Well, it's the ideas that no matter what you do, uh, what you give, you will get in return, essentially. So, if you do good, good things will come unto you. If you do bad, bad things will come unto you. And so, I found myself interested in the whole idea of karma ever since I was a young boy, and it makes sense, right? You do good things, you expect good things to happen to you. But oftentimes we feel like no matter what good we do, good isn't happening to us. But that's not always the case. Sometimes when we do good, good may happen and for someone else, and we receive on behalf of that. So, for example, let's say a you give someone bus fare. Let's say you're out walking the street and someone needs some bus fare, and you decide, yeah, I got a couple bucks on me. I'll give them some bus fare. And you did good for somebody, and the good thing that happened to them is that they're able to get home, and you feel good about yourself. But then maybe let's say later on that week, you're running late to work, and you managed to make it right on time. So, because you did good for someone else, eventually the good will come back to you. And people don't get impatient, and your good deeds will come back to you. It may be later this week, later this month, later this year, who knows? But always do good. And not even just because good will happen to you, but because it's the right thing to do. But we're going to talk about our next topic here, which is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Speaking of doing good, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm mainly talking about the movie, not necessarily the book. And we're going to be talking about the original one with Gene Wilder, rest in peace to him. So, what is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? So, there's this young boy named Willy Wonka. He lives with his parents and his grandparents, so both sets of grandparents. And he is out and about out wanting to find a golden ticket. So Willy Wonka makes his first public appearance in ages, and has 5 golden tickets that he's hidden inside Willy Wonka chocolate bars. Now, I don't know about you, but I've actually never seen a Willy Wonka chocolate bar. There's been Wonka candy, of course. There's the Nerds and the bottle caps and the Gobstoppers, but I've never seen a Willy Wonka chocolate bar. But it would make sense to have a Willy Wonka chocolate bar. But then again, the movie is kind of old, so maybe they were around and I just wasn't born yet and I missed out. Wouldn't be the first time. Certainly, probably won't be the last. But uh, he has 5 golden tickets, and of course, 5 people get the ticket. So there's Mike, there's Augustus. I should probably explain each character. So Mike likes to watch a lot of TV. Augustus is a very plump. I don't want to necessarily call him fat. That's kind of cruel, but he's very plump, overweight. Boy, let's go with that. He's overweight and loves to eat chocolate, so no surprise there. Violet chews a lot of gum, and Veruca is a very spoiled rich kid. And the fifth ticket at first doesn't go to Charlie. Someone else finds the golden ticket, and Charlie, of course, feeling discouraged. But it turns out, nope, it was a fake. They didn't actually find the golden ticket. So Charlie still has a chance, and lo and behold, he uses his last dollar or to find. He uses his last dollar to buy a chocolate bar, and what's in there? Oh, golden ticket. But they go through the chocolate factory, and well, first of all, let's backtrack just a little bit. Jump forward a little bit. First of all, they meet Willy Wonka, who's this very energetic, very outgoing, very out there character, and Gene Wilder plays this role to perfection. This almost, I don't want to say lunatic. Of course, again, that is also kind of cruel, but like he's very out there. He's very flamboyant, and similar to probably Prince or maybe Boy George or Lady Gaga, sort of in that ballpark. But Willy Wonka guides the kids to the factory, and one by one, on each of the kids, it ends up not making it to the end. Charlie's the last one surviving, of course. He's the main character, but Augustus falls into the chocolate river and gets sucked up into into the tube where the chocolate comes up through. Uh, I lost my train of thought. Violet, right? Violet, choose some gum. That's supposed to be like a 5 course meal. I'm kind of mixing elements of the original as well as the remake because they're very similar. But Violet chews the gum of the 5 course meal, and she blows up to a blueberry, and she's taken out. Veruca Salt. Let me actually turn the light on. It's kind of dark. I'm gonna turn the light on for you guys. There we go. It's gonna rain in a little bit, but Veruca gets thrown into a trash can because she wants that golden egg. Of course, her gimmick is she wants it, she wants it, she wants it, and she's got to have it. And when she wants it, she gets it. But this time she's labeled a bad egg and thrown down a trash chute, which I mean that's kind of cruel, but she kind of did have it coming. But Mike, hey, Mike TV, that's literally his last name, gets sucked into what else but a TV. And Charlie is the last one standing. And at first, Charlie's informed that he doesn't win. He's informed that he doesn't win. And the prize is a lifetime supply of chocolate. And at first, Charlie doesn't win because Willy Wonka apparently found out that that him and Grandpa Joe. Oh, you could have mixed feelings if you want about Grandpa Joe. Oh, but they got some fizzy lifting drinks and they bumped into the ceiling. And at first, Willy Wonka's like, "Nope, you get nothing. You broke the rules. You weren't supposed to touch anything. You touched something. You lost. You lose." so, so Charlie, he is very distraught. He feels betrayed. He feels like he lost. He feels like it's not fair. And in my opinion, Charlie probably should have lost. I do feel that it's justified a little bit. Now, here we are on this one. I know the movie's a classic, but ultimately, Charlie feeling like he deserved to win is a bit, what's the proper term I'm looking for? What's the word I want to use? It's a bit it's a bit going against the rules. That's probably the best way I can sum it up because he took the lifting drinks. He should have lost. In theory, he should have lost. But ultimately, it was a test, and Charlie won because Charlie had a gobstopper that he was going to give to the shady man and I forget his name. My God. But ultimately, it's a test, and he gives the gobstopper back to Wonka, and Wonka knows he's found his heir, and so Charlie wins the chocolate factory. Willy Wonka gives the factory to Charlie. So, despite the fact that I don't necessarily fully agree with it, it's still a very good movie. A movie I haven't seen in a while. Well, that's why some of the details are a little fuzzy. And the remake that they tried to do with Johnny Depp, it was okay. Like as a kid, as like a 6-year-old kid, I didn't really care. I was entertained by it, but ultimately, it's just not as good as the original. And that's one thing that I found about a lot of Hollywood remakes and even sequels is that they're simply not as good as the original. They don't capture the magic of the original. Now, you can make a case for a variety of reasons. And you could blame the new Oompa Loompas. I wouldn't necessarily blame the Oompa Loompas because those are arguably one of the best parts of the movie, the original movie. That is, Oompa Loompa doopity doo. I can't sing it like they do, but uh, you can make the argument that the Oompa Loompas in the new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie weren't the greatest. It's weren't as good as the originals, I should say. You can make the case that Johnny Depp just doesn't do as good of a Willy Wonka as Gene Wilder does. Whatever the case may be, but I guess the lesson there is that honesty is the best policy, and to stay true to who you are. I guess because Charlie, out of the five, you could clearly tell Charlie was like the uh, the most morally upstanding, I guess. Uh, so it made it kind of obvious that Charlie was gonna end up winning that, and uh, his name's right in the title. The book is actually called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, written by Roald Dahl. I believe that's how it's pronounced. But nevertheless, we're going to move on to Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. That's literally the name of the game. So it is coming out on October 2nd. Again, not in time for the PS5, which is going to come out the next month, but it's going to be here in time for the PS4. And I don't know about you guys, those of you who saw footage for Crash 4, but I'm super excited about this game. Like, it looks like a very fun, very beautiful game, and apparently it's going to be replacing Wrath of Cortex as Crash 4. So we're just not going to talk about Wrath of Cortex. From what I heard, it was pretty bad. Never played Wrath of Cortex, but judging by from what I've heard, it doesn't sound like I want to. But I don't know. I might at some point. And of course, PS2 emulations out there, so I might crack and get Wrath of Cortex at some point, just to play, just to see what it's all about. But it looks like they did borrow some elements from Wrath of Cortex for this new Crash 4 game coming out. In that there's different elemental masks. This mask, I guess that's where the synonyms to 2020 at this point. But there's different elemental masks that allow for different things, such as one of the main gimmicks being Crash defying gravity, being on the ceiling, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks really fun, and it's a ground up Crash game, so it's not like N. Sane, which was based off the original Crash trilogy, but it looks like it's a brand new adventure, and we kind of got a taste of that when Activision created the Future Tense level, which was the first ground up brand new level that they had in Crash 3 and the N. Sane trilogy. So we kind of got a little preview, a little taste of that. And now we're going to get a full fledged brand new Crash Bandicoot game. So, pretty interesting to see where this will go from here. I was kind of hoping that they would remaster and remake Crash to Insanity, but this works, I guess. But nevertheless, that is about it. So I will officially let you guys go, but not before we read the riddle to next week. So next week's riddle is this: what has one eye but can't see? What has one eye but can't see? Ladies and gentlemen, that is your riddle for next week. Episode 25. So, episode 25 is going to be next week. I almost forgot to announce what that's going to be. So, episode 25 is next week. And I thought about different things to do for episode 25 because, of course, for the 25th episode, I want to do something special. For a lot of the 5 milestones, I kind of want to do something special. Like episode 20, I had the interview with my parents. But this time, I want to do something a little different. So, if you remember a few episodes ago, I looked at the Michael Jackson trial and I mentioned that R. Kelly had a similar trial with underage persons, and I want to look at that trial. I want to look at every aspect of it. And a lot of you do feel R. Kelly may be guilty. I kind of share that sentiment, but I want to look at it because apparently he was declared innocent, and I want to see exactly why he was declared innocent. I want to see what factors could have led up to him being innocent, and I kind of want to see where that went for R. Kelly. But we're going to explore that next week, and I'm also going to do that one on a Sunday. Now, as for a regular slot, again, for System Shock Radio, so of course, up until this point, the regular slot that I had in place was Saturday at 12 p.m. So, Saturdays at 12 p.m. were the System Shock Radio episodes, but that may be changing very soon, so stay tuned. And if there is any schedule changes, of course, I will not hesitate to let you all know, keep you all informed in the loop. And that's about it. Thank you all so much for tuning in and leave a reaction, leave a comment, and share. Thank you all so much. Those who have reacted, those who have been sharing, those who have been leaving comments. It's been cool to interact with you all, and those of you who like the page, thank you all so much. I love and appreciate you all, and I will see you all next week. Peace. It's Sunday at 1 p.m. As we're doing it. Same with pretty much today. Hey, actually, we're gonna do 1:30 instead. So next Sunday, 1:30. See you all there. Have a great day.